What's up YouTube? Welcome to the next video. Today we're going to talk about making an actual climax. So in the previous video we were actually focusing on mixing in the kick and getting everything balanced out. Today we're going to talk about how to actually fine-tune everything and get that climax out there. Since we have only filled out 8 bars, we're gonna make the second part of the melody, and this way it will be a bit more interesting. As well as I was actually testing out different types of chords. So in the previous video we were actually using chords that were melodically linked to the lead. But later on, I decided to make regular chords, which actually is the same synth. It's just different MIDI information. So this one and this one, these are both running on the same VST, which is this guy. But I have chosen to eventually use the regular chords because I think that they sound a little bit better. Let me just let you show you difference, right? I'll turn off the bass and turn off the regular chords. So this is what we had first. And I created another pattern for the chords, which is very basically laying on top of the bass line. And these are just inversions of what the bass is playing, but these are all within the same chord. And this sounds like this. And sometimes you just have to decide what's better to use. So let me just simplify this for you. I'm just going to copy the kick, the bass line, and paste this into the regular chords. And I'll show you that it's basically within the same key and the same range. You know, this is very basically what I've done is this. I just made sure that all the bass notes are as near as possible as they can be. And then I just copied everything and did this trick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I was listening for everything that's out of tune. And if it's out of tune, I just move this one up, for example. And after that, I have created inversions by getting everything closer to each other again. Okay, the result is the chords you see up here. So I will be using this one over the other one, so I'll remove this one, and as in here as well, just delete them, and I'll rename this to chords. Okay, let's make them chords regular. So now we're gonna move on, and we need to actually write a second part of the melody. But first we need to pick a few sounds, because in a hardstyle climax you're gonna need a downlifter, you're gonna need crashes, you're gonna need snares, you're gonna need FX kicks and all that good stuff. So let's pick a crash at first, okay? Because now it sounds like not really a climax, but just a unfinished and unpolished climax. It's kind of boring, so we need some extra elements to give everything that nice spark that you hear in the finished tracks of professional hardstyle producers. So I'm just going to go to the sample folder here, and my first priority would be to pick a cool crash. I'll just search, right, to see if there's anything in here. Let's try this one. Going to give this one its own channel. Let's throw it to number 5, for example. I'll just rename it crash. Let's Control L, crank the volume up. There we go. Now we can balance this out, right? It's a bit too long, so what I'm going to do is actually make it fade out like this and make it a bit shorter and play it again. Crashes need to be kind of short, and downlifters have to be a bit longer, and downlifters are mostly more in stereo. So let's see if we can find a nice downlifter somewhere here, maybe within the transitions, for example. That's not correct. Mix elements. I have to say that Cashmere packs are great. They have really nice effects, and I use them for all my tracks, to be honest. Those are downlifters, right? I think I'll go for this one. Okay. Give it its own channel again. Crash. Here we'll do you to number 8. Rename you as well. Downlifter. All right. Downlifter. Control L. Put the volume up and put it down here, right? And make sure that it's in balance. So close the crash. And it can be long, but not this long. I want to get rid of this small tick at the beginning. Okay. And of course, it needs to be combined with the crash. I'll apply a small EQ to it because it's really too noisy right now. Okay, boosting the mid frequencies a little bit, cutting off the lows. Make it a bit louder. This crash, I want to have a different crash because the crash is literally within the same frequency spectrum as the downlifter is right now. So I'm going to search for a different crash. Let me just search into Code Black Producers Group. Very nice crashes in here. I remember using one of these. I think it's one of these. Let's just replace this one, right? Normalize it. Get rid of this because it's a short sample, so we can get rid of the fade out at the end again. Okay, that's better. But also this channel has to be EQ'd. The Pro Q. Get rid of the high frequencies a little bit. Cut out some of the lows. It's too loud right now, right? I'm also sending a little bit to the reverb bus because it ends a little bit too abrupt, right? And I think I'm going to replace the downlifter for something that has a little bit more tone to it, because this isn't pure noise. Maybe, you know, search in Cashmere 1, go to FX, sweeps down. This one could be nice. Since this one is playing a little bit more in the mid frequencies, this one is better distinguishable than the other one. So. I'll make a small fade in to make room for the crash. Turn on the snap mode, get a bit softer. Right, something like this. This probably, you know. Make it a bit more wider, right? Go. Yeah, just do it like this. Of course, it's soft, so we need this. Also, we're going to make this one a bit shorter. So, fade out a bit more, make it a bit shorter. Something went wrong with the sidechain for the lead. So I'm just going to say, okay, let's listen to the lead and chords for the sidechain. Same on the delay bus. Make sure that it's still lead and chords. Yes, it is. Okay, so now we're going to work on a second part for the melody. Right? It has to be a little bit different than the first part. And if we have written this part, then we can start goofing around with kicks, small kick rolls and stuff like that, and some FX kicks. At least we found a crash right now, so that's good. Crash always starts at the beginning of the 8 bars. Just make this one unique. So we have a different version of this. That better. Now we really have a continuation to a next part, right? This is for the end part, right? So we're gonna go out with a big reverb kick. Maybe add a little bit more rhythm. Chop this one in half. So this would be a second part of the melody. The chords are basically going to remain the same because they are following the kick, right? So we're not going to change that. The pads remain the same as well. Where is the choir? Is it the same MIDI as this one? Pads are here. The choir is gone. I think I actually removed the wrong pattern. So I'm going to have to reinsert choir pattern. I meant to remove this one, of course. So this one goes away. The choir is going to follow the same pattern as the chords do. So I'm just going to paste them in, copy the pads, take the choir, paste these in as well. Check them out, see if they are still okay. That's great. Okay, so now we're gonna work on some, some kick action. We will also introduce FX kicks, but first off, we're just gonna see what spaces we're gonna leave blank, at what places we're gonna do repetitions, and we're gonna make the kicks work with the crashes as well. So let's just check this out again. Just take the bass out of here because we do not need it, and of course we do need this. Yeah, I feel that in here we could use a double. Leave this open. Make this one unique as well, right? And now we're gonna go towards the end. So you need to build some tension again. And you build tension by creating interludes. So we're gonna play around with the rhythm of the kick, as well as we're going to place crashes, and these go along with the new kick patterns that you're using. Well, mainly, and the most logical choice would be to copy parts of the lead and follow the rhythm of the lead with your kicks, but don't overdo it, otherwise it will sound really bad. So we need to play with this, okay? I'll leave this one intact. this. Take the kick pattern, which is a unique one because this is the second pattern. So touching this one and changing this one won't affect the first one, of course. So here, I'm gonna place the MIDI that we've copied from the lead, make them aligned, right? And then we're just going to use this as a rhythm. Make them a bit longer. And place this downwards. First, we'll just get rid of this. Okay. Paste it here. Where was it? Okay. And we're also going to play with those crashes, right? So let's check this out. We have, okay. So here I'm just copying the pattern of the kick here. So no rocket science. Just copying and following the kick. Okay. Okay, we'll leave some of these open, for example, this one. Let me see. I'll just try this again, okay? Trying out some stuff here. Okay, so this one is going to be an FX kick. So we're actually going to copy the kick VST that we already have. Click and clone. Rename this and say FX kicks. Make sure that we route this to its own channel as well. I'm gonna route this to 11. Press Ctrl L. Crank the volume down. And we will actually change this into an FX kind of kick thing, right? So turn on the FX thing. Play with this filter, right? Okay, then I'm gonna cut this and take the FX kicks pattern and here. And of course, we need a lot of delay, reverb on this. Right. Not that much. Tone it down. Listen to this. Change the where the peak is. Just gonna loop this and figure out what sounds best. to do a little bit of EQing because we do not want too much low end in this. Okay. So let's check this one out again, see what it sounds like. Just this as well, right? I think we're also going to do the same pattern for this guy. So take that last bit of lead MIDI and paste this into the kick pattern. We know that we have to be on a D5 right there. Oh. Paste this in. It's a sharp and D5. Put this down. Get rid of this and get rid of crap. Yeah, there we go. So let's listen to this, what it sounds like. Okay, so. We're also going to make this one unique because we do not want that pitch bend here, or maybe we can shorten it as well. I want to have a longer pitch bend here, so I'm going to make this one unique. And we'll make it glide down at the end. Get rid of this, get rid of this, move this one down a bit, you know. Okay. That's better, right? But we need to see if everything works now. We're also going to throw in a uplifter, which we need here to basically introduce the fact that the end is coming. Listen to this again. Here we could use some more FX kicks. Maybe we'll do something in the rhythm or lead. Something like this. We'll get rid of those D5 kicks. Get in here. Perhaps do something like this. Fixed kicks are always a lot of fun. Right? This is pretty nice, I guess. then we'll automate the, you know, the this FX slider right here. We'll automate this. Okay. I think we will just, you know, use this one to, or maybe keep it here. I'm just trying to find the right spot. Okay, actually sounds pretty good to me. So now we're gonna have to use an uplifter to introduce the end of this part. Okay, so I think we're gonna make our own. That's pretty nice as well. I'm not sure if this is going to work instantly, but we can definitely try. I'll use a silent 1 for this. Sure that we are in it preset, right? And we're going to use the arpeggiator to you know, make it, give it a little bit of rhythm. And let me see. Use the FL arpeggiator. Like this, and try something cool. Okay, I'm just put this to number 3. And say, okay, this is going to be the uplifter. Uplifter. Control L. Let's see what we can do with this. Uplifter. Later on, we'll use this one for the build-up as well. I think we're going to pitch it up. Oh. We're going to put this to 24. Pitch range as well as this one. It'll be something like this. But a little bit different, of course. We're going to make it a bit more interesting. So I'm going to pick a sine. Distort it. Then we're going to make it plucky, right, by this, putting a filter on this. Make sure that there is an envelope linked to the filter. Give it a little bit of release. Maybe put in another sound. You know, this gives you a little bit of left and right action right there. This. To be shorter. Throw it up 1 octave. So let's try this. So now we're just gonna have to, you know, draw out the automation clip for this thing, put it under, and see if it works. So I'm gonna do some EQing and stuff like that. First, we're gonna have to find the right key. Okay, so what I do, just draw out a big note. This is the key in which the track is being built, so I think that this is going to work. Draw it up and put it under. I'm going to start uplifting from here. So okay. Gonna make it a bit louder. I'm also going to send it to the reverb bus. We'll do some EQing right away. Just throw on a Pro Q. Take out the lows. Make it a bit louder, right? Play within silent 1. Okay, make it loud here as well. Then we'll create an automation clip. Go to Tools, Last Tweaked. Yeah, we're going to link this one to Controller and see if this works, right? So, where's the automation clip? Somewhere. Did not appear. Last Tweaked. Oh, create automation clip. Got it. Take this one down. From here, we're just going to push it up. Okay, let's see how. Okay. Of course, you can hear that the rhythm needs to be different. So we're going to change that as well. So let's go to the actual VST. And go to the properties and change the rhythm of the thing. Okay, we go here. There we go. Better already. So here we have our uplifter. Maybe try to throw it higher 1 octave. I do like this, to be honest. Maybe do this to it as well. Of course, we're going to make it softer, because you have to be able to hear it, but it shouldn't be on the foreground. Alright. So we're going to play with the filter to really make it pop out. There we go. A bit louder. Play it again. Maybe put a little bit of compression on it. Or I actually meant limit it, you know, inflate it. Listen to it again. You only have to make this one time, you know, the effect, you only need to build it one time and then you can reuse it anywhere, of course, so. I think I'm also going to try and give it more energy. Cool, okay, so let's see what we have right now. almost finished, right? So I'm going to make it a little bit different. From the first part of the Climax, you actually need to roll over pretty easy to the second one, and the second one can, you know, be altered in many ways. So we could maybe introduce more FX kicks and stuff like that. But we just have to figure out. I'm also going to use a small uplifter for the parts that go here. This is just going to be a very simple pre-rendered one. See, I'll just take these from the Cashmere pack. So let me see, where can we find this? Fix elements and go to sweeps and lasers. Sweeps up, medium sweeps. They need to be short. Those are very short. Something like this. Yeah. And these go here, right? And what these will do is they will introduce also, you know, the glitch parts. And you need introductions like these to make it less sudden. So it's gonna give this its own channel as well, because we need to balance it out. Rename this to short sweep. Press Ctrl L. Volume goes up. Let's see. This one is pretty good. I think that the volume is too low whenever we start here. So let's try and see if we can fix this. I think we should bring back a little bit of the lows. This will probably fix it. They do. And then we need a big boom at the end. Let me see. I have some booms that I always like to use. Somewhere here, right? Yeah, this one is pretty cool. Right? Rename this. Say big boom. And, you know, throw this somewhere else, right? Channel 4, why not? Press Ctrl L. Make it loud. Mix it in. Maybe a crash at the end as well. Okay, so let's try this again. This is messed up again. Put it back to leading chords. I'll throw in a fix kick in here. Yeah, fix kicks. See, the ideas come after you are inserting your sounds and stuff. Yeah. So here we go. Take another one here. Take away the other two kicks. Delete this kick, it's short. And now I was not planning on doing it because I thought it was not necessary anymore, but we are going to automate the nimble kick auto FX parameter, right? This one, because it can create some really cool FX sounds with that. So we're just going to play with that. Now let me just try another thing. Are we missing anything? Yes, we are also missing a snare. In euphoric hardstyle, it's kind of common to let a snare run along with the second part. So let's do that. You know, we want to make it busy at the end, and you really want to, you know, make it pop out more. So we're going to find a snare that's suitable for this. I believe that I have my own snare somewhere. And I think it's okay. Let's try this one first, okay? So throw on the snare. Needs to be very subtle. If no one was about to tell you about the snare, you shouldn't actually hear it until someone tells you that it's there, and then you should be able to hear it. Right? If you hear it, you cannot unhear it. Let's try that. Control L. Make the volume real loud and mix it in softly. Just gonna do a snare walk, okay, towards the end. So I'll use this. We're just going to make it roll from here, because now it's kind of too present, right? Go to the effects chain and add a Pro Q. This is a very prominent frequency here. We do not want it to be so strong. Like that, maybe. So the first part will just match on the kicks, and as soon as we are starting to introduce some interludes, we'll just do a snare walk like this, right? This as well, like snare walk will start here. Okay. Here we're going to introduce the second part of the snares, right? Now we're going to this. And here faster. Okay, we're also going to pitch it up. Let me just change the steps to half steps. And see if this is the suitable snare for this, because I'm not sure yet. Here we're gonna slowly introduce the snare. We'll make it fade in using a volume automation. Okay. Some mindful killing stuff, right? See if this works. play this, see where we are. Always go back and retry everything again. Okay, so what I was talking about earlier, we're going to automate the snare, make it a bit shorter as well, because it's not entirely correct right now. Make it a bit shorter, so I'm just going to reduce the, or actually put the out, make it fade out. We're going to turn on stretch mode, and we're actually going to automate the pitch of the snare to also, you know, give it a little bit more of an uplift feeling. And the way that we're going to do this is very simple. It's going to make sure this is on range 12 and create an automation clip for this one. So we go down. The pitch is going to stay the same here, but as soon as we go over here, we're just going to pitch it up. Okay, paste and go up. See if this works. Also, we're going to automate the volume. So let me just put this one underneath. All right, we want to have it present, but not that present. Okay, so this should be the loudest. Make sure that the volume is correct as we are playing this part. Copy. Paste. Put this up a little bit, and then we make it go up faster at the end. This, right? Get out. And then we also make it fade out here, right? Because we need to go back to silence mode at the end. And we're going to make the volume fade in for this part right here, like this. Okay, so check it out. Okay. Let me see. So now we're actually going to focus on the FX kicks, and we're going to automate probably the side that they're playing. So we're going to pick a left or right side, and we're also going to play with the parameter, which makes the sound different. So first, let me just take out all the FX kicks. All right, these are 2, and I'll create a new pattern for this. FX kicks 1. Paste them back. It's okay to put them here. It's a really small pattern. And take the FX kicks from this pattern as well. Make sure that we are putting them in the correct way. Okay, just cut it. FX kicks number 2. And paste it back in. Okay. Yes, so I think that this is the way that they were supposed to be. Yes. and paste it over the rest. Okay, you can see that it's filling out the blanks. And now the real fun starts. And we're going to play with the site on which they are played and the parameters I already said earlier. I think we're just going to make some room here. Insert a new track so I can do my automations underneath it. Alright, so here we're going to do some automation, okay, some channel automation. Make one big clip for this. Go to the pattern and do, oh, it's maybe there is a better way of doing this. We actually can do this here. So I'm going to go to channel panning. I believe that that's the only way on how to automate this. Oh. We'll go to channel panning. This one play left side. And this one on the right side. Just pick the left side for this one. Pick the right side for the other one. Then we're going to do kind of the same thing for the other one. For this one, right? Okay. That's also done. So now we're gonna automate the parameters that go in here. I hope that this is possible because this, you know, you can go all sides with this one, and I believe that the automation clips only support going left or right or up or down. So I'm just gonna have to play with this. Just try it. Move the thing around. Last tweaked. Create automation clip. And let's see what we can do. Okay, so if I go up here, right? What will happen? We'll go to the right, and it will go to the left. Okay. We just create a few extra steps so we can do a little bit more precise editing. Okay, then we go here, right? Okay. So I really like the low part of this thing. Go up here. I'm gonna replace the small uplifter because I don't really like it anymore. It's kind of, you know, it goes from left to right. Yeah, it's really annoying. So I'm gonna pick a different one. Let's go to the Cashmere pack somewhere. Mix elements. See if there's anything in here. Sweeps and lasers, right? Yeah. Short ones, or the mini ones, right? Could easily be something like this, maybe. Maybe we can combine this one with our uplifter here. So we'll just do this, right? Say, okay, you're gonna go to the, or was it the uplifter? No. Short sweep, number 7. Take you to number 7. See if this works, right? Uplifter can carry more lows and mids. One more time, because I feel that the FX kicks have a little bit too much low. It's taken away a little bit, and I already increased the volume. It's really hard to get this balanced out correctly. One final thing would be to create an automation clip for Plucks. So I'm just going to select this entire region, because we're also going to close filters and open them up so that things will sound better. What I use for this is I need my end bus where my leads are all coming together. And in here, I am going to take a fat filter of Volcano. Right? And this is what I told earlier. We also created a MIDI out, right? And now we're finally going to use the MIDI out to actually create Plucks. So I'm going to send the MIDI out to port number 5. And we'll make this plugin listen on port 5 as well. So now it actually registers MIDI coming in. And we are going to add a source, and we are going to do a envelope generator. We're going to make it listen for MIDI, right? Let's see how this worked again. This is the MIDI listen function. Yeah. Make sure that this is in the center. Right? Oh, there we go. Well, I'll just do it by hand then. Cannot fill any information. Some weird bug. What it is. Create a small peak, and I'll show you exactly what it does. Make sure that the filter is entirely closed, and I'll show you what it does. So let's just play the lead without the kick. I'll show you what you can do with this. It's not following yet, because we need to link it, of course. For some weird reason, something is wrong with this. I cannot fill in anything. Maybe I can copy it. So type a 0, copy it, and paste it in, perhaps. It's a bug. We just have to do it this way then. Let's close these. We are going to create a automation clip for this thing right here, right? We're going to move it, and we're going to go to Tools, Last Tweaked, Create Automation Clip. And we'll just say Plucks. I'll rename it Plucks. And now we will be able to create Plucks, which is going to be a lot of fun for the build-up and stuff like that. So let me just try this out. See, and then you open it up at the end, close it here. I'll just make it close gradually. Close it even more. I think we have created something decent. Let's play this one more time on low volume, make sure that we can hear everything. Okay, that works. I did found one thing that I would like to change, because it sounds good, but we need to fix this as well. It sounds a bit empty over here, right? What I always use for these areas is a sub drop. Just gonna find a sub drop and make sure that it's in key with the track. That's a really deep one, and we'll just put it here. Make it shorter, of course, because it's too long, right? Or make it fade out. Perfect. Give it its own channel. So channel 6, for example. Sub drop. Press Ctrl L. Put the volume up and put it down here. So now let's listen for this, what it sounds like. It's kind of clashing. Make it centered. So I'm actually turning the knob to make it centered, so it's really in the center now. Then we would have to do something with this part to give it less low energy, right? And we need to make sure that the sub drop is not dropping below the power of the kick that is incoming there. So because the kick needs to be more powerful, of course, right? Get higher, the pluck. Okay, one more time. I think that we have managed pretty well. Maybe the snare, it's, you know, the snare in combination with the punch of the kick is a bit too much. It's really slapping the high end. So I might go into the snare, reduce the high end just a little bit. Okay, then there is one thing that I need to automate, and that's an automation clip to tame down the reverb and the delay. So let's do that first off. I'm going to insert a new channel, create an automation clip, or at least select the area that we want to automate. Oh, forgot one important thing. On the reverb and on the delay bus, add a fruity balance. And we're going to use the fruity balance to automate the volume. Don't do it in your mixer, because if you need to rebalance anything later on, you won't be able to get rid of the automations, and it will be a total mess. So always put a VST at the end of your chain and do it in here. So I'm also going to add one to the delay, a fruity balance. And let's do some automation on this. Okay, so I'm just going to pick one of those like this and say create automation clip. And then we'll just automate the reverb and the delay. I'm going to link them together eventually. And it's mainly to clean up a lot of stuff. So the in-between parts here, for example, it might sound messy and you could clean it up. And of course, you don't want the delay to be too loud at the end, right? Because this is really loud. Or it might be okay, actually. I think I'm just going to keep them on, because later on, if we are going to create the, the build-up, we will definitely need to do some automation on the reverb and the delay. So we will do this later. Let me just link this one to the one we have already created. This one. Okay, cool. I think this is it for now. So in the next video, we will actually start building a build-up, and I think that I'm actually going to use a vocal for this as well. I found a vocal which doesn't really suit the track, but I can show you how to work with vocals, how to mix them in, and how to build tension with them. So see you next time.